Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are looking at the energy of your next week. So the next 5 to 10 days, and we are doing a pick a card reading, which is one of my favorite kinds of readings. That is where you get to use your intuition to pick the card or the number or object. I'll be placing objects here in a moment. That you use your intuition to pick that, and then I have timestamps down below in the description. You click on that time, you go there, and then I use my intuition to read the cards for you. So this is, usually I love my pick a card readings to be timeless, and if this is coming up for you, it could mean that there's messages for you. So take what resonates, first of all, but there are things happening the week that I'm uploading this that I just really can't ignore. And it was why I wanted to do a pick a card reading specifically, because we've got some big stuff. First of all, we have on December 21st, we're crossing over into Capricorn season. And that is, oh wait, hold up. That's December 23rd. First of all, we have the winter solstice. That is December 21st. That is the longest night, shortest day. But what that means is then after the solstice, that days keep getting longer. We keep getting more light. We're bringing in more light. And we're starting Capricorn season then on December 23rd with the new moon in Capricorn. New moons are a lunar cycle, and a new moon means that there's no moon in the sky. There's no light on the moon. So when we have no light on the moon going on there, when we have very little light during the day, and then it's just getting brighter from here on out, and we're in Capricorn season, it is a great time to manifest and manifest things that are related to Capricorn is an earth sign, so money. Everybody loves to manifest money. Manifesting health and wealth and prosperity, not only for ourselves but for others. I think that's really important, because I think it's important for you as somebody who accepts that role as a manifester, that you at least put yourself out there in a leadership position, that you're showing other people that they can do it too. So setting intentions, really important. And we think about this time of year, like look at the trees right now. Look at the plants. They have pulled the energy out of their leaves, and they have invested that energy into their bodies, into their roots. And it's Capricorn season. It's a great time for grounding, great time for connecting with nature. And even though we are thinking about manifesting, we're thinking about bringing things in, with, so that means like we're setting goals and we're setting intentions. That is great, but it doesn't mean that we have to be doing things. This is a time for reflection. This is a time for thinking about what it is that we want to bring in, deciding about consistency, order, clarity. These are all things related to Capricorn. So let's take a look at the objects so we can get going with this reading, shall we? So group number 1, and I also have some angel cards. We're going to talk about some archangels as well, because it's a great time of the year to do that. This is a tiger eye. That's the crystal tiger eye angel for group number 1. For group number 2, this is rose quartz. I don't know if you can, maybe you can see the pink a little bit better with the black background, but it is pink. Sometimes, but it's very pale, so sometimes it's hard to see it. And that's for 2. And then for group number 3, we have rainbow fluorite. So if you're still not sure what you want, what number you would like, I'm going to do an exercise where I plant my feet firmly on the ground. I close my eyes. I'm going to take a deep breath in and release. And set the intention that you are going to hear what you need to hear, that you're going to get the messages that you need to hear at this time. Go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. And thank you, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group 1. If you picked the Tiger Eye Angel, you are in the right spot. So I have an angel card, I have another card. We're gonna get just get some messages. But the first card that came out for you is hope. Hope is always there, even if you can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. And that's why there's the rainbow here. There's also the dove, which is the bird of peace. So hope and peace are very much related. Sometimes you have to be in a peaceful mindset. Sometimes you have to quiet your mind to really bring that hope out, because we are often cluttered with chaos, and it has become easier to connect with that chaos, but it can be just as easy to connect with that peace and that hope and that stillness. And I feel like the next 7 to 10 days are a really great time to use to reflect and to decide how you are going to create your reality. It's not, so when we talk about spirituality, we talk live, laugh, love. That's what's coming to mind. Sometimes those concepts or ideas are being made fun of, and with good reason, because they're, those people who are just I'm always going to be optimistic. I'm always going to be the cup is half full. I'm always going to live, laugh, love. And that's great to set that intention, of course. But the complaint, or the other side of that, is, are you ignoring some negative things that you really need to go through? I mean, this is a human experience. We're going to encounter obstacles. We're going to encounter challenges. We're going to encounter some negativity. It's not always about being happy, happy, joy, joy. And if you know where that's from, happy, happy, joy, joy, I'm showing my age here, but I would love to know if you're my same age, so put it in the comments. What comes to mind when I say happy, happy, joy, joy. Anyway, a little bit off there, but it's about having hope. And just because sometimes, and this happens, I actually have this conversation with my son, because he will get into a situation and it becomes hopeless for him. And it's crazy, because he's actually a very creative thinker. He's very intelligent, and he comes up with great solutions to things that a lot of people don't think of. And you can too. All you have to do is just take a moment, take a deep breath, relax, remember there's always hope, and then just allow those solutions to materialize. And maybe it's not the same path that you thought you would be down. Not everything has to be the same. This also reminds me, I was watching a TED Talk recently, and I cannot remember the woman's name. If I remember it, I'll put it down below. But she was saying something about, we are interrupted in our days 566 times, that the average person checks their email 70 times, and then they switch the 566 is when they switch tasks on their phones, and it's between social media and between the different social medias, and it's between your emails, and it's between stuff, and that they're finding out that people who are stuck in social media, who are stuck, relying on, it's one thing to ask for solutions from the, what is that called? Crowdsource those solutions. But it's another thing when that is your only option, and you're not taking those moments to yourself, taking those moments to be bored, because that kills your creativity. And the reason it kills your creativity is because we are herd animals. We go with the flow of, of what we think that other people are doing. And sometimes that can be really negative because our emotions are contagious. So you are being called to be the contagious hope here and to project that. And then we also have the Hermit. And I wanted to get, I love these cards in particular because they are related to an archangel. Your archangel for the week is Raziel. The Hermit, time spent in peaceful meditation. We were just talking about that. Meaningful solitude, shine your light as an example for others. You're being called to be a leader. You're not being called to be a follower. And it's one thing, I love knowing what the rules are. I love knowing what other people are doing because my personal intent and my personality is I'm a rule breaker. I know what the rules are so I can break those rules. I know where the path is so I can look for my own path. I can forge my own path. And you are being asked to kind of do that for yourself. You don't have to follow everybody else's path, especially when it's leading you down a path of hopelessness, because you are meant to forge your own path. You're meant to, be in hope here. This is a time of self-discovery for you. This is a great, and it goes right along with what I was talking about in the introduction with this being a new moon in Capricorn, with us having the winter solstice. Perfect time for meditation, perfect time to look within, perfect time to set intentions. And your intention is to look for hope and peace for, the foreseeable future, for what you want in your life, to bring those things into your life. I said that and also interesting, we've got the rainbow here and we've got the rainbow repeated there. So I love when the cards, these are from 2 different decks, and I love when the cards do that for me and they affirm things for me, that we are on the right track here. This is Archangel Raziel, and he is a master manifester. And you cannot manifest what you want if you first don't know what you want, if you first haven't checked in with yourself, if you haven't decided what you want. So many people think that they're manifesting things and it's really just things that they quote unquote want to keep up with the Joneses. But this is a time for you to tap into your personal self, your personal guidance, your personal intuition, so that you do know exactly what you want. Raziel, this is the secrets of God. That's what his name means. He is a manifester of the archangel realm. He would be like a wizard. He can help you understand esoteric information. So that's why he's here on the Hermit, because esoteric spiritual information, uncover locked secrets about yourself. It could be past life issues even too, if that's something that you're interested in. He can also be demanding though. So if you're going to work with Raziel, he's not one that you're like, hey, what should I do? And then he tells you, or you get an idea or a vision and then ignore it, which is what most people do. He's results oriented, but that's fine because we're setting out intentions. Let's go ahead and shuffle here and find out what else Group 1 needs to know about the upcoming week. And we've got cards flying out and flipping over. We've got, a lot of interesting things here. Put the rest of these down. Okay, so we've got Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles here with looking at different directions, flipping a coin even. The Pentacles are so related to where we are right now in Capricorn season, because Capricorn's an earth sign, Pentacles are an earth sign. So right on target here for looking at and planning out where your direction, where you want to go. Page is the beginning. Page is somebody, this might be new territory for you. It might be someplace where you don't know where you're going. The reason why you might want to go on this journey is because we've got the 3 of Swords reversed and we've got the 7 of Wands. This would also speak to like the Hermit card. 3 of Swords is a card about a broken heart. It's usually related to romance, usually related to relationships, but it can definitely definitely be a disappointment in some way, whether that is your broken heart about, or your lover, the relationship wasn't what it seemed. It could be a broken heart of if you put so much intentions into your job and it just didn't turn out the way that you thought it would, even if your degree. So it's definitely a something has let you down, and whether that is, and that's kind of speaks to having hope here as well, because it's like, hey, just because something has let you down, again, that's part of the human experience, and that's why we're here, to meet these challenges. 7 of Wands, this is pointing at you. You're standing out. Why are you standing out? Why are you not going along with the crowd? Why do you feel like you need to fight? In this day and age, I see the 7 of Wands very much related to social media. Because it's almost like you can't please everybody all the time. And we can start off with being very defensive about that. And we want to, like, wait, why are you, questioning my choice? Or why don't you like this? Or, but it doesn't matter what you post. You could post anything, and the right person and the wrong mood can come along and just eviscerate it. It's just a reminder that you don't always have to fight. You don't always have to fight these battles. They're not necessarily your battles to fight. And in fact, there's an old saying about pointing fingers. And when you have like 6 people pointing their fingers at you, what's happening? Like, they're pointing their finger at you, they're pointing one finger at you. There's 4 fingers pointing back at themselves. So you could be a mirror to someone. You could be showing them, you could be opening up insecurities and triggering them in that way, where what that means is it usually has nothing to do with you. It's not your problem at all. There's no reason to get defensive. I was actually reading this whole thread this morning about Karens. You know who they are, and I'm sorry if your name is Karen. Most of the Karens I know are perfectly lovely people, but it's just that the stereotype has become someone who just is really not unhappy. Let me speak to your manager kind of energy. And a lot of times what we really do need to do is show them love. Again, related to the peace here, we're looking for peace. How can we do that? We show them love. We shine our light instead of getting defensive and fighting back, instead of just escalating a situation. Of course, you want to stand up for yourself. I'm not telling you to be a people pleaser. In fact, I'm telling you the opposite. This is all about you finding your own direction. But the funny thing is, about you finding your own direction, suddenly other people's opinions don't matter as much anymore. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is in reverse. We've got 2 Swords cards here in reverse. Swords is air energy. Swords is logic. Swords is matter-of-fact kind of stuff. But I feel like at this time for you, it's time to get in touch with your heart. So that might be difficult for some of you if you are used to being very logical. And just because you're getting in touch with your emotions doesn't mean you have to abandon all logic, but it's letting your heart lead. The Knight of Swords is also a card that moves very fast. It's like he makes a decision and he's off and he's flying. And in this one, he's got his sword drawn. And in both of these cards, I'm seeing like there's no reason to fight. There's no reason to fight. You be you. You stand up in your power. You don't have to be confrontational. You don't have to fight for what you feel like is right. What you need to do is, again, stand in your power and be that example, be that leader of what is right. And you're going to find out what is right because you are running it past your personal your personal values. And this is a time for defining those personal values, for setting those intentions, for setting that intention for hope, for setting that intention for peace, for shedding this negativity, for shedding this fighting, and setting off on that new course. We don't have to act right now. We're making the plans. Oh, these are... I have the whole deck upside down. So blossoming, I love that. Flower, moon, and we'll get one more, and then I will dive into blossoming because it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect here. Surrender. Look at this. So it's so interesting that surrender comes in under hermit, blossoming comes in under hope here. We're setting those intentions, right? We're planting the seed is what we're doing right now. And the flower moon, I think it's in April. I think what we're doing is setting our intentions. Look at this. This light is shooting out. She's playing a violin and that light is shooting out because what you are doing, your plans that you're making, the music that you are playing right now, that is guiding your future. So since we know that your intentions guide your future, since we know that what you are putting out right now is really meaningful to you in your future, let's put that into our planning. What is it that you really truly want, desire, and are setting for, setting forth? What are your intentions? Put those intentions out there. We can break them down too. It doesn't need to be like one life intention. And in fact, when we break things down into little pieces, it's actually very helpful to break things down into steps. What I mean by that is when you wake up in the morning, set the intention to have a great day. When you jump in your car to go to work, set the intention that you are going to have a great experience going to work. How many people have a great experience going to work? When you step into your office, set that intention that you're going to be productive. Set that intention that you're going to get things done. Even if you just go into the shower, set that intention that you're going to have like a productive shower, that you're really going to enjoy this. So set those intentions, break those intentions down into small things, small details. And we have surrender, and it comes in over here over the hermit, because this is like a monk. So and really kind of after the Three of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Wands. You don't have to charge forward with your sword. You don't have to fight. You just let it go. You surrender. You are winning the fight by not even fighting at all. You are winning this battle by not even participating in it. And that is the surrender. Surrender to, letting go of this chaos and just be. And there's a lot about being in this moment, and especially this moment. Of course, we are thinking about the future. We're setting intentions out here. We're setting goals. But in this moment, it's really important to connect to your higher self, your highest good, because how do you know what goals you want to put forth, what kind of things you want to manifest in the future if you don't do that? So that's why that's important. And that is what I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 2. If you picked this beautiful rose quartz angel, you're in the right spot. Woo, okay. I can't talk. Wisdom. This is the first card that comes out for you. Wisdom. You have been told that you're wise beyond, or have you been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Wisdom doesn't mean that you're always right, but it does mean that you're open to other perspectives. It does mean that you can, or it should be a sign that you should listen and look at things from other perspectives before you make a decision or you make a choice. Other people seeing your wisdom, that's important too. And I think that, for some of you, you may be called to be kind of the judge between what's going on with two different parties, like what are they doing, or to give your opinion to some friends. Just remember, just be as impartial, because being impartial is kind of like disconnecting from your feelings, because a lot of times we put some thought and energy into a situation and then we let our friends know what we think, and you know that you're right, and then they decide to do something else. So just understand that that happens. Nobody loves being told what to do, including yourself. So I love the owl on here. We've got the beautiful owl, so connected to wisdom, and then connected to that higher perspective too, because if you think of birds, they fly above the landscape and they see things with a different vision than we do. So it's important to think about what that other vision would be. I also love the green color here, connecting with the Capricorn energy that we're going into. So we have the Ace of Cups, beautiful card. I wanted to get these cards out because I wanted to, with our angels that we have, I wanted to connect you with an archangel to work with if you need to, and this is Archangel Chamuel is connected to this card. That's what the C is. Ace of Cups though, or sorry, this isn't the Ace of Cups, this is the Ace of Air. I'm thinking because of the blue colors, and I was just telling you to disconnect from your emotions, and that's the Ace of Air, because they're being a little bit more logical about things. Brilliant ideas that need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely and remain objective. Look at this. Two cards that are talking about you remaining objective. So a few things about Archangel Chamuel. More green. Archangel Chamuel is connected with this green color, like the green on the coat. Wisdom here comes out. Chamuel means the eyes of God, and for that reason, he's the one that you call upon to find something. So if you are looking for communication, if you are looking for a solution to a situation, Archangel Chamuel is there to guide you and help you. It could be something that you've lost, something special that you want to discover. So romantic partnerships, a home, a job. You know, if you lost a job and you need a job, that kind of thing. If you're trying to come to peace with something in your life, or you want to pray for world peace, which is a wonderful thing to think about right now, that is in Archangel Chamuel's wheelhouse as well. So peace also here. Let's get some more cards for you. What else? Ooh, look at this. The Emperor reversed. We've got the Hermit. Interesting. The Hermit came out in this position for the last reading. Ooh, the Lovers reversed. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to, if you are looking for a romantic partnership, even though we have the Lovers reversed here, it could be a good time to start something new. The Knight of Cups is kind of like the Romeo. He's kind of somebody charming, but this may not be lasting. We're just looking at a week time frame. You'd have to put like some more energy or some more thought into a relationship to see if it really is going to last. Right now though, it seems like it would just be a fun kind of fling thing that happens for you. Emperor reversed and the Hermit, both of these, well, and the Lovers reversed here too. Wow, you've got 3 major arcana cards. The energy is really though saying that it's time to kind of spend time on yourself, and that might be like, it's fun to flirt, it's fun to think about relationships, but ultimately you need to figure out what is important for you. I love the Emperor reversed here. I mean, I'm not going to say he's better, it's neutral whether he's better in this particular reading, I love it though. I kind of feel like there's some things that you're overcoming in a romantic partner. You could have had a partner who was very controlling, and moving forward, you're setting that intention. Maybe then you go the opposite route and you find somebody who is maybe emotionally unavailable. But it does seem like you are, as long as you're like, okay, I tried this and it didn't work for me. I'm trying this and then I'm coming back here. What are the, you're really kind of open to discovering, and especially when we've got the Ace of Air here, you're being very logical and very methodical about what it is that you are looking for and what you are wanting. Now, I'm talking about this in terms of a romantic relationship, but this could be in terms of like a job situation as well. It is discovering what is right for you and not just going along with programming of what people tell us, or what everybody else says that the path is that we're supposed to go on. The Lovers reverse. So sometimes the Lovers, I feel like communication is something that you really need to pay attention to and spend some time on right now. Don't take it for granted that your email goes through. Don't take it for granted that you left your voicemail and they're going to understand that you want to talk to them. Do some follow-up, because the Lovers is related to Gemini, which is a master communicator. We've got the Ace of Cups here, and it kind of feels like there's some new communications and you're not really sure how to handle it. Maybe you're talking to a new person and you don't know, maybe they prefer texts over you calling, and you're a person who calls. So there might be some miscommunications, just kind of figuring out how to communicate with somebody. Could also be in a job situation where this is somebody you're trying to sell something to. They will buy something from you. You just are not on the same page right now, and don't let that bug you, because we do have some challenges here that we need to come up with. And I think it's really important to look, there's another little owl here, to do this inner wisdom, inner guidance. Wisdom is very much connected to this Hermit, especially that inner guidance. That inner guidance, be a observer of your emotions. Of course, we're going to get angry, or of course we're going to be happy, or during certain situations, but what does that tell you about yourself? Should you be like that? When there's a situation and I'm like feeling angry, and then I'm like, wait a second, I need to question that. Why am I angry in this situation? I don't feel like I should be angry here, but what does that tell me? What am I learning from that? What does that mean? How does that guide me? Those are very important things. But I do feel like there's a lot of joy here. I just feel like kind of like the Emperor reverse, the best laid plans that you put out there, sometimes they don't work out. And we're going back to what I said about this wisdom card. Just because you're using wisdom doesn't mean that you're always right. So be open to that. You might need to take a different direction because you weren't right about this situation. And it's not about being right or wrong. Don't get emotionally attached to those things. Again, Swords energy here. The lovers is, when we have it reversed, it's like some things may not work out the way that we thought it would. It may not be a partnership or an alliance that we thought we were seeing eye to eye with somebody, and it's just not happening. Usually it's a communication thing though. Usually it's a communication issue. I also see the Lovers as kind of like an elevation up kind of thing. So when we have the Emperor reversed and the Lovers reversed, kind of feel like you might be feeling like you're doing the two-step. If you don't know what that is a dance where you take one one step back and then 2 steps forward, and it doesn't really, you know, so you just got to get in the rhythm of it. I feel like it's more of a rhythm thing rather than a rejection. It's more of a learning opportunity. It's not a rejection. It is a time for you to reflect. It is a time for you to think about things. It is a time for you to plan and understand, like, your plans. You don't have to spend a ton of time on your plans, because you're probably going to have to alter and change them anyway. Okay, but that's okay. It's part of the experience. It's about seeing that experience. And I feel like the Knight of Cups, I mean, look at this card. He's out there blowing heart-shaped bubbles, and he's riding over a dolphin, and he's just really in a lot of, like, there's a lot of fun and a lot of joy. So put that intent out there that this is, you know, just fun. This is playtime. Your plan doesn't work out, that's fine. It's you'll come up with a new plan. It's not a big deal. It's learning. Wisdom. Look at that. And beginnings. Wow. Okay. This is why I love using so many different cards, because it just confirms so many things. So new moon, this is part of the reading right now, is a new moon reading, new beginnings, opening it up, setting those intentions, finding that path. Again, the Ace of Air is about that too, being very logical about that. And then wisdom, just reiterating the wisdom here. There's also, in this one, I love this element of wisdom. First of all, she's in a boat, which would indicate that she's kind of like floating along the water, which means that she's above her emotions. She is not letting those things that trigger her hold her back, and she is looking forward, but she's doing that on kind of the shoulders of giants. She's learning new things. She's allowing, she's letting it play out. Maybe they play out well, maybe they don't. That's okay. We've got other books. We've got more wisdom. Sometimes things don't work out the way for us the way they did for somebody else, and that's okay. It's all about finding your own guidance and how it works for you. So that's what I have for you, Group 2. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 3. This is the Rainbow Fluorite Angel, and I'll put her right there, and we will start the reading. So the first card that comes out for you is Believe in Magic. Open your eyes to see the magic that's all around in nature. The Fairy of the Northern Lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. And look at how interesting that is. We get the colors kind of repeated in the first card that came out. So if if you chose it based off of the Rainbow Fluorite, this is a sign that you are definitely in the right place, and this is something, a message for you, that you need to look around at the magic around you. This specifically talks about the Northern Lights. Have you ever seen them? I'm just curious who has seen them. I've seen pictures and they look absolutely beautiful and breathtaking, but there are beautiful and breathtaking things around us every day as well. So maybe not necessarily stop and smell the roses at this point, depending on where you live. I don't know, are roses in bloom where you are? They aren't where I am. But there certainly are places I can go to enjoy those kinds of things. Connect with nature again. I mean, this is the moon in Capricorn. We're going into the new moon in Capricorn. We're going into Capricorn season. It's very much a time to get grounded and connect with nature and our surroundings, and find the beauty and wonderment in our surroundings. Like, this belief in magic thing, it's also like this time of year. Isn't it fun when kids talk about Santa Claus or Elf on the Shelf? Just their belief in it, not necessarily that you need to do Elf on a Shelf. I know a lot of parents who don't like that tradition, but it's just you know, so very magical. So get caught up in that magic. Look at that magic. Notice it around you. It's a good thing for you. And it might be really good for you because we get the 5 of Earth, or the 5 of Pentacles next. So Capricorn is an Earth sign. We are taking very real and material steps, like touch, taste, feel kind of things. It's a great time to manifest wealth. It's a great time to manifest money. But when we have the 5 of Pentacles energy that comes in, it's kind of like it's not seeing the magic. It's kind of stuck in you know, I said something about smelling the roses, and it's you looking outside and seeing snow on the ground and then being disappointed that you can't smell the roses. Well, there's other magic around, but you're not looking for it. This says negative thoughts manifest into real challenges. Fear surrounding money, reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for being self-employed. Well, it might be now, but this is where we're setting the intentions and we're setting the planning. The reason I wanted to pull this card is because we are using angels to pick our readings, and these cards are connected to archangels. This one is connected to Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon would be the angel for you to work with if you feel like your prayers are not being heard or your prayers are not being answered. Sandalphon is the he is said to, like, he's super tall. It's said that his feet are on earth, so very much grounding is important for you. That's coming up again, but his head is in the heavens. He's the messenger. If you just need somebody else to carry your message, you can pray to Archangel Sandalphon, because he is grounded here on earth. He's very much concerned with what happens to you in the physical, and it can be not necessarily like there's a prosperity card. I'm not using those cards for this reading, but it made me think of that. Like, prosperity is more than money. It is about your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your overall well-being. And it's time to lift your head up and start moving with confidence. We're starting new things here, so let's manifest those new things. If we can manifest these negative things, we can manifest positive things, can't we? Okay, 8 of Wands. Look at this. The energy. Okay. Look at this. We have the Sun. We've got the 8 of Wands. I'm laughing because it doesn't matter if the Sun is reversed. I just think that, yeah, we've got some blocked energy because of this 5 of Pentacles here. The 8 of Wands says that when you set things in motion, we can change things very, very quickly, but we have some things that are blocked. I think that there is a fear of change coming in. The Sun reversed, the Tower reversed, and the 3 of Cups. I'm just reading these as blocked energies, really. You kind of holding on. So I'm going to reverse them around here because I have the ability to do such things. And we're going to read them upright, but with the idea that you're not fully open to the idea. You're not fully seeing the magic around you. You're not really fully seeing the magic that you are. One part of this belief in magic is that you are the person who creates your own reality. You set it forth. There's going to be some celebrating for you at the end of this. Once you get over this challenge of you thinking that you can't do this. What this reminds me of is there was a job situation for me, and they would ask me to do something new, and it was computer related, graphic related. It was within Photoshop, and they would want something done, and I would complain about it, having to do it, because it would be something new. I feel like you're going into a new situation here. You're not really settled on it. It's out of your comfort zone, and you don't really know what you're doing. That's okay. All of these cards are saying you have the capability of doing it. And to finish my story, like I would be asked to do something with Photoshop, and my first knee-jerk reaction was, oh my gosh, I can't do that, or that can't be done. And I would get the whole shock of it because I didn't know how to do it, because it was out of my comfort zone. And that once I actually put my mind to it and did it, it was like boom, super fast. Like more than once this happened. And finally I just learned to trust myself in new situations, trust that I can handle it. It doesn't matter that there's changes happening, that I'm the one who's initiating the change, that I'm the one who's in control. And once I did that, then I was like, wow, I am actually really powerful. I do know what I'm doing. Them asking me to do this, like they are seeing something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. They're seeing a capability in me that because my initial shock was, whoa, I don't know. But that's okay. I feel like you're gonna be out of your comfort zone a little bit. In the long run, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Let your ego calm down a little bit. Your ego as like, the part of you that is uncomfortable with change, the part of you that is happy with the status quo, even if you're not happy. This Five of Pentacles is you're hitting a challenge and you're not really sure how to handle it, but you don't want to do this creative thinking, this out-of-the-box thinking that you kind of need to do to get out of it, because again, that's out of your comfort zone. You don't know what's going to happen. But believe in magic. The Sun, the Three of Cups are here to tell you that all you have to do is set your intentions, put that effort in. It's actually not going to take as much time that you think it's going to do, and you're going to be successful. And look at this, even this Tower card, the Tower is about change. Like she destroyed this tower here. Usually we're like very apprehensive about change, but she is the one, it's in her hands. She's got the magic wand. Look at that smirk on her face. It's a smirk of satisfaction. Like, yeah, I brought this down. And then I feel like the Three of Cups is just, it can be a celebration with friends. It's people who recognize you. You might have to tell them, because it kind of feels like this is a little bit of a personal journey. But there are people here who want to celebrate you and who know that you have what it takes, even if you don't see it within yourself. It could be coworkers who are like, yeah, great job, let's go take lunch. Let's go to Starbucks. Let's go and toast to your success. So I'm gonna get a couple cards out of here, and beauty. I love beauty. Look at that. Stop and smell the roses is what I was saying. And beauty and trust. You know what? I am shuffling this deck. None of them are in reverse. And trust came out in reverse because I think you're still apprehensive. Archangel Sandalphon has his hands full with you. Group 3. It's follow that beauty, follow that joy. The sun is so connected with that beauty as well as the believe in magic. But what is beauty? Beauty and appreciating it is that magic. Okay, so obscure movie. At the time it wasn't obscure. There's a movie called City Slickers. I think it was like late 80s, early 90s. Billy Crystal, and I think it's the second one. In fact, this quote just came up the other day. My husband was talking about it, and they were asking Curly, who was a cowboy, like if he'd ever been in love. I think that's what they were asking him. And he described this beautiful woman. She was in a sundress, and how he saw her and he appreciated her beauty. And the way the sunlight hit her, the dress that she was wearing, the wind flowing through her hair and her dress, and it was like the perfect moment. And he never talked to her. And they were like, why did you never talk to her? And he's like, well, because that was as good as it was going to get. But it was that appreciation of her beauty in that moment, that you didn't need anything more. And for him, I mean, that was an inspiring moment for him, because it carried, you know, through the end of his life. They're asking him that question, and he remembered that moment. Beauty is about finding those moments that carry us forward. When you're in the Five of Pentacles energy, you're not even looking up, you're not even looking for it. And in fact, like, you're often walking past it and not even noticing who is surrounding you, who is loving you. And then we've got the egg moon trust. Egg moon, when is that? Okay, the reason I wanted to know when the egg moon was, and I looked it up, it's in April. Because I knew it was connected with spring, but I just wanted to know a time frame. And these cards are really great for giving us a time frame. I feel like a lot of times the things that we're setting forth right now, like, we do the work day by day, and little by little, like, it pulls us out of our funk here. Appreciating this beauty, appreciating joy. Like, it's faster, it's going to be faster than you realize once you start trusting here. And the egg moon is in April. So I wanted to do that, or I wanted to find that to get that time frame, because I think it's really important that, again, this like a couple months is a very fast time period. Trust yourself, develop that trust, and joy will follow. You can rely on your own capabilities and begin to plan carefully for your future. Trust is really, really important. And look, I see all of these beautiful things for you. Following beauty, following, you know, the magic, believing in yourself, and trusting in that. And all of these lovely, beautiful things are going to lift you out of this Five of Pentacles energy. Self-trust is far more than a flashy show of confidence. It's deeper and further reaching than that. It is security at the very core, that no matter what, our wisdom matters, and it is best. So your wisdom for yourself, your self-guidance for yourself. And that might be part of, because it's become a theme along with the other readings, that it's, you know, and I probably touched on this in the intro too, that our own self-guidance is what is really important right now. We need to plan for our futures. We need to know ourselves, and we need to trust ourselves. And again, I love that the sun has these three people here dancing, and so does the Three of Cups. There are people around you to support you, and maybe at first they might be a little scared for you, and maybe they don't understand your vision, and that is okay. That's why you need the trust and the faith in yourself. You don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing, and you can be on your own path. That is okay. The trust allows you to flow with faith in yourself, and it allows you to choose how your world will look. So self-trust is very, very important. And I wanted to know, again, this time frame, because the egg moon is so important to kind of what we're talking about too, because that is when, and I think it sounds like it is when, like the whole idea with Easter eggs and hiding Easter eggs, it's because, you know, the coldest part is over. We have come through that, the other side. We have met those challenges, and now we're open to seeing beauty, and we're open to blossoming, and we're seeing the world really come alive around us, and ourselves come alive as well, because you are meant to be a part of it. Especially, I mean, look at all the dancing that is supposed to happen here. There's a ton of celebrating here in your future. Group 3, and you need to trust in that. And it's just, you don't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be like crazy changes. It's just a little bit of things here and there, a little bit of finding beauty, a little bit of finding joy, a little bit of magic. Magic also talks about going on a trip or making a travel. So if you had an idea that you needed to make some travel plans, if you wanted to visit someplace, maybe the Northern Lights. For me, I want to visit Hawaii. So setting those intentions, setting those plans out, and then taking steps towards them, taking baby steps towards them. And you will see how quickly things will shift for you. The universe, it's like the universe conspires with you once you start making those changes and making those steps towards what you want, and you trust that you have the ability to do it. So that's what I have for you, Group 3. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.